Welcome back to Jazz Inspires. If you've been enjoying our deep dives into the finest jazz labels, you'll know that we've already explored the giants, Blue Note and Prestige. Today, we're heading into a different kind of sound world, one that was bold, cinematic, and smooth as silk. CTI Records. Founded by Creed Taylor in 1967, CTI became one of the defining jazz labels of the 70s. With its instantly recognizable glossy covers and lush production, CTI crafted a catalogue that was adventurous yet accessible. Today, we're counting down 10 of the greatest albums released directly on CTI. Pure Creed Taylor magic. Let's get into it. First up is Giant Box by Don Sebeski from 1973. Don Sebeski was the sonic architect of CTI, the arranger behind so many of its lush soundscapes. Giant Box is his most ambitious work, a double album that feels more like a symphonic suite than your typical jazz release. It features a cast of CTI's brightest stars: Freddie Hubbard, George Benson, Hubert Laws, Paul Desmond, and merges jazz improvisation with classical pieces and pop reinterpretations. Sebeski even reworks Stravinsky and Rachmaninoff. The result is sweeping, ambitious, and quintessentially CTI. It sounds both highbrow and groovy, refined but never detached. Next, we have Beyond the Blue Horizon by George Benson from 1971. Before his mainstream fame, George Benson was already a guitarist with an explosive yet elegant touch. Beyond the Blue Horizon catches him in peak form. The lineup is lean but potent. Benson on guitar, Clarence Palmer on organ, Ron Carter on bass, Jack DeJohnette on drums, and Airto Morea on percussion, adding that fire. Their version of So What nods to Miles Davis, but expands into rich rhythmic interplay, while tracks like All Clear blend blues roots with forward-looking groove. It's Benson at a turning point, bridging bop sophistication with CTI's clean, modern production. Next is Red Clay by Freddie Hubbard from 1970. This was CTI's breakthrough statement. Freddie Hubbard, already a major figure from his Blue Note days, launched the label's new era with Red Clay. The title track is legendary, a 12-minute blues-soaked jazz fusion masterpiece that still sounds fresh today. With Joe Henderson on saxophone, Herbie Hancock on electric piano, Ron Carter on bass, and Lenny White on drums, it's essentially a dream team. Red Clay fused soul, funk, and modal jazz into a single statement and established the CTI sound. Polished, groove-based, but never lacking depth. Next up, we have Prelude by Eumir Deodato from 1973. Brazilian keyboardist and arranger Eumir Deodato delivered CTI's most commercially successful album with Prelude. It's ambitious yet instantly listenable. The album is full of sophisticated Brazilian harmonies, layered orchestrations, and irresistible grooves. It's CTI at a crossover peak, bridging classical jazz and funk into something that's both experimental and radio-friendly. The next album is Mr. Magic by Grover Washington Jr., released in 1975. Grover Washington Jr.'s Mr. Magic helped define CTI's soulful side. It's smooth, funky, and endlessly listenable, but still firmly grounded in jazz tradition. The title track became a jazz funk anthem. Washington's tenor sax is full of warmth and confidence, carrying melodies that would echo throughout his later career. This was a gateway album for many listeners. It made jazz approachable without diluting its essence. Now we have What a Difference a Day Makes by Esther Phillips from 1975. Esther Phillips brought a powerful vocal dimension to CTI, and this album stands as one of the label's most compelling vocal records. Phillips, with her raw, gospel-soaked delivery, transforms the standard "What a Difference a Day Makes" into something fresh and modern, with a disco soul inflection that landed her a hit single. Elsewhere, she balances heartbreak and resilience with striking honesty. This album shows that CTI wasn't afraid to embrace the sounds of soul, R&B, and even disco, always presented with a high gloss finish. If you're enjoying this look at CTI's finest albums, please consider hitting that like button and also subscribing to the Jazz Inspires YouTube channel. It really helps the channel to grow, and essentially we're trying to keep jazz history alive here on YouTube. Thank you so much, and I really do appreciate all your support. Now let's keep going. And now we have the album Pure Desmond by Paul Desmond from 1975. Paul Desmond's alto saxophone was one of the most recognizable voices in jazz, light, lyrical, and endlessly melodic. On Pure Desmond, he found a sympathetic home at CTI. Joined by guitarist Ed Bickert, bassist Ron Carter, and drummer Connie Kay, the album has an intimate chamber jazz feel. The sound is uncluttered, warm, and perfectly produced. Desmond's tone floats effortlessly over the understated accompaniment. It's CTI at its most subtle, showing that the label wasn't only about lush orchestration. It could also highlight pure artistry. Next up, we have From the Hot Afternoon by Paul Desmond from 1969. One of CTI's earliest releases, From the Hot Afternoon is a beautiful blend of Desmond's cool jazz phrasing and Brazilian influences. Arranged by Don Sebeski, the album features compositions by Antonio Carlos Jobim and Milton Nascimento, with airy orchestrations that perfectly complement Desmond's dry tone. The result is dreamy, evocative, and quietly groundbreaking. It set the stage for CTI's later experiments with Brazilian music, and showed how the label could seamlessly merge jazz with other traditions. Now we have Stoneflower by Antonio Carlos Jobim from 1970. If From the Hot Afternoon hinted at the magic of Brazil within CTI, Stoneflower brought it to full bloom. Recorded with an all-star cast including Airto Moreira and Hubert Laws, and arranged by Klaus Ogerman, Stoneflower is Jobim at his most refined. The album balances lush CTI production with the intimate, understated feel of bossa nova. Tracks like Children's Games and Brazil shimmer with subtlety, and the production gives every detail space to breathe. It's one of CTI's most elegant triumphs. The last album on the list is White Rabbit by George Benson from 1972. We end with a CTI masterpiece, George Benson's White Rabbit. If Beyond the Blue Horizon showed his raw brilliance, White Rabbit revealed his artistry on a grand scale. Arranged by Don Sebeski, the album fuses jazz, Spanish and flamenco influences, and orchestral textures into something truly cinematic. The title track, a reimagining of Jefferson Airplane's psychedelic rock hit, becomes a swirling, dramatic jazz epic. Elsewhere, Benson's guitar shines on pieces like California Dreamin' and Little Train. With Herbie Hancock, Ron Carter, and Billy Cobham in the band, the musicianship is staggering. White Rabbit is bold, sophisticated, and endlessly replayable. A perfect embodiment of what CTI was about, making jazz sound larger than life. And that's our journey through 10 of the greatest CTI albums. From orchestral epics to soulful grooves, intimate ballads to Brazilian masterpieces, these records show just how much range and depth CTI had to offer. What about you? What's your favorite CTI release? Did I miss one that you think deserves a spot in the top 10? Share your picks in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. Thanks for watching Jazz Inspires. Until next time, keep listening, keep discovering, and continue to let the jazz inspire you.